Welcome back, guys, to Wrestling on the Fly with your host, Scott Spade. Part 3 with the one and only Ripper Manson. Now, we have to backtrack from where we were at the last time. Our last match that we talked about was Battle of the Belt 17, your official full-time retirement match.
All right.
5/14 of 2005 against Larry Zbyszko. So we're going to backtrack to 2 Battle of the Belts before that.
Belts before that.
And you wrestle an unbelievable character in his own right. One of my favorite people in the world.
Mine too. Yeah.
Vito Two Fingers Fontaine.
Yeah, we couldn't go over all of this history without mentioning the man.
Yeah. He's coming later, but this one's your really just, good singles match with each other.
Good singles match, and what had transpired was earlier in the year we had worked an angle of Ivan and Severance kept messing up in our matches, and I turned on them, and I joined Nightbreed.
What?
So for a couple-month period, I was part of Nightbreed with Balthazar and a bit.
Okay.
And
wow, that's a bomb right there. I've never heard that before.
Which brings us to that belts. So I go out with them for their match, which was before mine, the heavyweight match. And he was going up against the guy named Robbie Dauber.
Okay.
In his faction. I think Terry was actually part of his faction for that brief moment in
time.
Might
have been for a short
with
time,
Robbie. Yes. And Jeff Balthazar put him through a table and pulled out this giant boa and laid it on him.
Which he's using right now.
Which he's different color, but this was a yellow and white one, I believe. And he laid it on him. And Richard T. Sin was doing the color commentary on her, and he was one of the best.
Yep, he's awesome.
Boz ain't gonna go in there. He's afraid of snakes and whatever. And Terry's not gonna go in there. They don't like snakes. And then he hands it back out the ringside. Well, while he was doing that, I jumped in like we're gonna get the victory. And when he turned around, I clothesline him and peel off the Nightbreed shirt, and the Brotherhood music hit. Then Robbie gets the pinfall, and the Brotherhood music hits, and I'm putting the boots to Balthazar. And all the old Brotherhood comes out, and we clean house.
Awesome.
And I get on the microphone, hey, Brotherhood never died. This was a setup, you sucker. You were getting too big for your britches. This is now the most dominant empire in all of wrestling.
Awesome. What a swerve. That's
awesome. It's a big swerve.
So good.
And I mean, we've got to backtrack even more than that. But in the heyday of the Brotherhood, I will say that undeniably, and yes, I'm doing this right now, but the Brotherhood was Chicago wrestling. People from other promotions, whatever, we've heard of you. We know who you are. We know who you are. If you said the Brotherhood, they knew about Windy City and Chicago independent wrestling. So we were riding on that power surge that the swerve was necessary. We didn't have to reinvent ourselves, but we needed to keep things fresh. So that brought that out. And then that set up a year-long feud with me, Balthazar, and Nightbreed, which led to the following year belts in 2024.
Yep, 2004. Yep.
2004 of me and Balthazar in a cage at belts.
That's a good image, too, of just big
just
monsters
two
against
big
each
monsters
other. Yep.
in the cage.
Yep.
And again, disqualification is my friend. And actually, in a cage match, no DQ.
Right.
So we took advantage of that. We locked the cage. Terry and Ivan brought out a ladder, went up and over the cage.
Really?
Jumped in. Terry gave his famous missile drop kick to Balthazar.
I felt that one
and
before.
And the gimmick was that Terry had lost the match or had left Windy City, and as soon as he climbs down into the arms of the cops that are right there with the handcuffs that take him away because he was supposed to be banned from the building. And then when the beatdown really started happening, we cut the lock off, and I had a gentleman with me, as a good buddy of mine, that booked a lot of shows, so I owed him a favor. I brought him out. Okay. He was the chief financial officer of the Brotherhood Empire. He came out in a suit with a briefcase. Well, in the briefcase were bolt cutters, so we cut the lock off the cage and put our own lock on there and just beat on them. Nobody could get in there. Nobody could. The refs are out there trying keys upon keys, and none of them are working because we put our own lock on the cage.
So awesome.
So that was just one of the okay, why do you got to lose by DQ? I'm like, well, because he's beating the tar out of me. Jeff was throwing me around like a football, off a cage. I'm bleeding. He threw me over the rope, or when he threw me, I went over the top rope on my side and I landed flat on the cage and slid down. But I hit the cage so hard that the fencing opened up.
Really?
And my back was raked.
Ooh.
I had like 9 or 10 good, long.
It was a chain link fence cage?
It was the chain link fence cage, and when I hit, it opened up some of the ones that were wrapped around the support.
Damn.
And literally just tore my back up. And yeah, I mean, so the stuff gets going in there.
He's so much fun to work with too.
Yeah.
For me, he's probably the strongest person I have ever been in the ring with.
Between him and Crippler,
and Frank, right?
And Frank was a different kind of strong, but the raw power, Crippler and Balthazar. I mean,
picking you up like a feather, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the big power bomb thing that he would do with me, it's like you feel like you're 20 feet up in the air.
Pump handle power bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It takes 5 seconds to hit the ground when he picks you up there.
Yeah.
It's
a
a little scary, but it's a nice, easy bump.
Nice, easy bump. Sometimes the bigger bumps are easier to take.
Superplex off the top.
Superplex off the top.
Yep.
I did that in my lightweight years.
Maybe we'll bring it out of you later when you have another. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
When I come out of retirement for the 10th time.
All right. 2 years later, 4/13 of 2007, as you said, you kind of come back here and there for
One-offs.
Yeah.
Out of retirement matches or one-offs.
Light duty, but that wouldn't really make the sense, but you know what I mean. 4/13 of 2007, you and Steve Boz and Acid Jazz as the 6-man tag defeat C-Red, Marche Rocket, Gavin Dunn, and Diamond.
Diamond was a female manager.
Was she involved in the match at all, or did that just...
Managerially speaking, what had happened in 2005, I'll backtrack, when after the Larry Zbyszko match, that following winter, I had my colon ruptured. So I had a serious medical condition. I almost passed away from it. It was ICU, terrible. So the 2-year gap there, I was actually doing Sam's ring announcing.
Were you really?
I did some ring announcing because I wanted to be part of the business. Still wanted to be part of the thing, but I couldn't perform because I'm still recovering. I mean, I got cut, full stomach cut. I mean, it was bad. So I was recovering from that. So then, in my hometown of Morton Grove, where I went to grade school, actually, we were doing matches once a year. Really? And this was one of those matches.
Okay.
So something happened early on in the show, and they were looking for a partner, and I said, well, I'll come out of retirement and help you guys out.
Special occasion for location.
I worked the apron, and then they jumped me afterwards, and you'll see on YouTube, I think there's a C-Red jump, or the Cure jumps, Ripper Manson. That was after that show.
Gotcha.
So, just while I was healing up.
11/24/2007. By this time, there was a new title introduced into Windy City called the Bare Knuckles title. At this time, Mike Anthony is the champion, and he defeats you in a singles match. Remember, are those all no DQ matches, I would assume? With
Bare Knuckles
name of the title?
Chairs, chains, tables, whatever, was all legal.
Like the hardcore title for WWF kind of thing?
Yeah, and that one, I think it was somebody got stuck in traffic or no-showed, and I was just hanging out backstage. I mean, I wrestled in gym shoes and borrowed some tape and put it around my knuckles and went out there.
Like you came in around the street?
Just to challenge and help them out. Wasn't going to really go anywhere with it, so put them over. And
gotcha.
Again, still recovering, so I was like, please just watch.
That's kind of scary too. At the same time, to find your limit of what you can do physically, of the hits to it or bumping, even like, what do you do to make sure nothing's going to happen?
Nothing's going to happen. You hope.
4/3 of 2009. Back to Two Fingers again. You and Two Fingers team up. I just watched this match recently too. You guys are great as a team. Yeah, you guys work really good as a team. We worked well. And you beat Julian the Warlock and Mac Bangs.
Did
he go 9 mil? Is that the same guy?
9 mil. Yeah.
It had both names. I just picked in a hardcore tag team match.
That was again part of the series that we did back in Morton Grove at the St. Martha's School.
Okay.
We did one a year, and I think that was like the 8th or 9th. It was the 7th or 8th installment. I think we ended up doing 9 years. So 9 years in a row we did a match, and that was a charitable match because like the one year we worked through the Lions Club and we raised money to help a young kid get eye surgery.
Oh, okay.
So the proceeds from the wrestling donated to the Lions Club to cover the cost of his surgery. So we did some charitable stuff, those kinds of matches, and good hometown feel, you know.
Yeah.
So I always got put over with the we talked him out of retirement, hometown boy.
You were pretty active in that match too. When I watched it, you seemed like you were normal.
No, I was
back to
healed.
normal
Yeah,
again?
I was healed back to normal, and we tore them guys apart pretty good. And
I like how you guys worked together as a team. I think that was a really good.
And it's a lot
it seemed
of
like
fun.
odd people together because he had the whole outfit thing. You had the Brotherhood thing,
Right.
and just to get you guys worked great together.
But again, that was my hometown, so I was already over, popular. I mean, I knew probably 50% of the audience personally, and from doing all the other shows, and we had done some 4th of July shows at the park right down the street, so the community loved Two Fingers, and I'm like, buddy,
It's perfect.
you want to just. We're going to be so over because we know everybody. They all love you. They love me. Let's just tag team and just two guys coming out of retirement to take on the young punks, and we'll just do it in a hardcore match so we can just go play,
That match too was on the documentary that was filmed on Two Fingers, the Windy City Wonder.
Windy City
it's
Wonder.
on Tubi, guys. Watch it. It's awesome.
YouTube, or you can go to Amazon and buy it.
You star. You have a couple little cameos in there besides the match and this deli. We just went last week. Phenomenal food. Oh,
Nautilus and Sons on Belmont. Go there, eat it. It's great.
Yes. Nautilus is how you pronounce it.
Nottol.
we got this. She gave us a shirt with
The shirt with all the- yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And that created probably one of the best friendships I have to this day.
Such a great guy.
With George. We got to know each other when we were wrestling against each other because he challenged for the heavyweight title a couple of times and stuff like that. And then really just started hanging out and talking, and kindred spirits. He's an old timer like me, physical age wise, and actually a little bit older than I am, you old man. But yeah, and it became a personal friend, and him and another gentleman, Scott, they're in a band together, and I roadie for him and help him out because I love music. I love music, but can't play a note. So my own best way I can be part
Shock
of
the System is their band.
be part of the band. And Shock the System, Chicago. Let's give them a listen. They're really good. Good old classic 70s rock.
You guys came
stuff.
into the brewery things at SCW a few times there.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So,
They're a good band.
and to this day, George is a good buddy of mine. When he got inducted into Steve Boz's CSW Hall of Fame, I gave his introduction. And then when I got inducted into the CSW Hall of Fame, he did mine.
I was there for that one.
That was outstanding.
It was awesome.
Great guy.
Really crazy match. I've seen here, and I've asked a couple people about this. Cheeks and Snake, they weren't there at this time. I think they were both gone. 7/10 of 2009, there was something called the Pot of Gold Battle Royal. You are
At Toyota Park.
You are a participant in that,
Yes.
and the winner of that match got almost all of the Windy City titles.
All of the Windy City titles.
And the winner of all people was Psycho. So he wins the heavyweight, the middleweight, the tag team, the six-man tag,
And the league.
and the Battle Royal title.
League and Battle Royal. Yeah.
Where- How did that come up? The idea for that, and for him, more than a thank you for all the years of service kind of a thing.
Thank you for all the years of service. I have to guess at this point. So this is strictly my opinion, my guessing. I think that the writing was on the wall that is the declining years of Windy City, and it was a gimmick kind of a thing, just to either do a refresh to start new champions if he was going to carry it on, or a way just to take all the championships off of people and just consolidate it. And Psycho was one of Sam was my right hand man, so good swerve on it for the finish. Was I think it was Sean Mulligan was in the last with Psycho.
Okay.
Threw Psycho out, but he hung on. I got eliminated just before that. He thinks he wins the Battle Royal, but the ref was distracted by some action happening outside.
Okay.
I tell Psycho, you got to hit the floor to make it look right, right? So he hits the floor. I shoot in, throw Mulligan over the top, slide out, throw Psycho in. The ref turns around, sees Psycho, calls the win.
Awesome.
It's perfect swerve.
Awesome.
Perfect Brotherhood twist.
Awesome.
Brotherhood. And then again, that came out of retirement for that one. That was just to show it. I couldn't pass it up. It was at the Toyota Park Stadium down on Bridgeview there. And to wrestle in a stadium like that. You can't pass it up. And
Yes.
Sam's like, well, I didn't know if you wanted to be involved. I'm like, put me in a battle royal. I don't need a match.
As long as you're part of something,
yeah,
right?
just
That's all
put me
that
in a
matters.
royal. Let me
Yeah.
have some fun, you know. Sometimes you got to scratch that itch, you know.
I found out too later, after it was like 2 or 3 months later, there was another battle royal for him to, I guess, defend all those titles. And the stipulation by Sam was if he didn't defend it, if he didn't win that battle royal, all the titles would go back to the original people. And that's what happened. He did not win the battle royal,
Okay.
so all the titles were returned to the previous champions.
Yeah, and by that time I was off the regular schedule, so I did not know that happened. So.
Yep, you got one last match here, 4/16 of 2010 in Windy City. It's a steel cage match. You, Sean Mulligan, and a guy named Navy Blue beat Frank Melson, Julian the Warlock, and Natural Born Killer. Frank comes back.
This was bringing Frank back. This was the follow-up to the year before when we did the hardcore match against Julian and 9 Mil. And they were crying sour grapes that we kicked the crap out of them, and they went and hired Tank.
Okay.
And then I picked partners at random, basically. Sky Blue was the guy that was on the indie scene. I think Sam brought him in to work some shows, and we just gave him the bone of being in the main event. And,
Okay.
full circle for me and Tank, because I was his first match, and
Yes,
this ended
that's
up
true.
kind of pretty much being one of my last. I thought it was going to be my totally last, but we'll get into that later. So full circle, he beat me, and then I ended up waffling him with a chair and getting the victory. So thank you, Tank.
That's awesome.
Life came full circle on that career.
And just when you thought it was over, the infamous Dice Man Ronnie Vegas comes into the picture. How did you get contacted to work for Dice at his IWF shows?
That was through
That was in what kind of?
Larry Turbo.
Okay.
I had been out of the business for a couple years, hanging out at, I believe it was a Christmas or New Year's party at Mike Skull's house. And Larry was there. And we just got to talking. He said, hey, I got this show coming up. And I did one with his brother, the one we did out the baseball stadium. Or no,
This is
before
before
the
that.
stadium.
Yeah, this is before that.
Oh, I get the show with Dice Man. Why don't you come out? We'll see what we can do. He's always looking for guys. See what you can do. I said, all right, I'll come out there. So we go out there, and who am I working? This guy, Scott Spade. All right, well, I don't know who this guy is, and whatever. Found you in the locker room, sat down, we started talking. We'll figure something out. We'll go out there and do our thing. And just scratching the itch, kind of I wasn't going to be part of IWF or whatever he was calling it, Intergalactic, IGW. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Intergalactic Wrestling Federation. Yeah. So, just scratching the itch, and took a blind partner that led to a great friendship.
Yeah, that was our first ever meeting.
meeting.
Obviously, I've heard of your name before that, and I knew of the lore of the Brotherhood and yourself, but finally meeting you, and then, of course, I'm going to, whatever you want to do, I'll follow you out there. And do you remember what happened in that match? What the finish was?
It's Broadway. We had a time limit draw.
It was a 10-minute draw.
With
no bumps or one bump?
We did one bump to set up the draw.
Double clothesline?
Double clothesline with a half twist. And we went out there. So I'm like, I don't want to, what do you want to do? I don't know. We're similar look, similar style. We're brawlers, kick, punch guy. I think I said, why don't we just go out there and no bumps?
Yeah, fine.
And you're like, okay, what do you mean no bumps?
Yeah.
Well, we'll roll around. You rake me in the eyes and throw me out, and we'll do some stuff on the floor.
Yep.
Hit the posts, and we'll go back in, double clothesline right when it's about time to go home, and the ref 1, 2, ding, 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 ding. We'll call it a night. And
Perfect.
it was a good time, just for first time meeting somebody that wanted to do something
Nice and
gimmicky
easy.
like that, and it went over too, though.
It did.
Actually, I thought it was going to fall flat, but it did. It went over with the crowd. And then I think they paired us against each other in a 6-man later that night or something. I ended up with me, Turbo, and Rikishi against you, Ronnie Vegas, and Mike Webb.
Yeah, I was not part of the Rikishi match. I know you and Larry were out there for that because you guys held his arms back to get the big stink face.
Yeah.
Ronnie got it on that one.
I forgot who the other guy was. I know it was Ronnie and Webb.
Because he had a partner, TJ Powers, was his partner from Indiana.
It might have been TJ, yeah. And
I remember coming back from our first singles match. I'm like, man, that was so much fun. It's like, just like looking at each other. It's like we shouldn't be wrestling each other. We look like we should be more on the same team.
I thought you were going to be my partner. We were going to do a tag match together.
And I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. I think we should, yeah. And then we did a second match where you beat me.
Another event, event.
And then in between there, you start working for Chicago Style Wrestling, Steve Boz's branch in River Grove area.
Scratching an itch again.
And you start a feud with Vic Capri.
Yep. We did you
had 3 or 4 matches.
3-match series, but it turned out to be like a best of 3 dog collar match, chain match.
You're fine.
It led to a chain match, dog collar match.
Which is a Brotherhood staple. I mean,
which was my thing. Actually, probably think it's these chains right here. Actually,
the ones right here. Yep.
These guys right here.
Yep.
So and that was great working with Vic and
super guy.
Just the respect we have out of each other. We decided to finish with a coin toss backstage.
Really?
Yeah. Best 2 out of 3 coin toss. So,
I like that.
I go. We're both about equal stature, rank, whatever. Mm-hmm. You're not full time here. I'm not full time here. How do you want to do this? I'm like, And I think I had to put him over for the final.
Yeah,
in my signature match, but I put him over. So, but it was cool.
Yep.
And I think he was dating the referee at the time. Was a female.
Sounds right.
To set some of that up, she was cool. I bumped her. Yeah, because after the match, I jump him. I'm choking him with the chain, and she's trying to stop me, and then I put my head on her chest and bump her.
Awesome.
And then Boz runs in, gives me the super kick to get me off.
Not in the throat this time, though.
Not in the throat this time. No, he landed. He's polished that move since then.
Yeah, that was a long time before then.
And Steve was like, "Well, that would set up me and you." I go, "No, you're just helping out to break it up. My feud is with him." And the storyline worked, and we ran that for a couple, but those were some intense matches.
Yeah.
I almost knocked myself out there in one of those.
You really?
Yeah, because I'd had this spot where I'd put the guy on the floor on the corner post, and then I'd run and give him a bear splash. And I told him I told him to move.
That's right.
Or he ducked. Move. Just move. Yeah, move.
Yeah, I remember.
And when he ducked, though, I didn't take enough off my momentum in my chin, right on the corner.
That's right.
Bong! I saw stars for a second. And, okay, just the halo and go.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember. That.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that'll knock a little bit loose on there. Yeah. After we do the 2 singles matches, and one of the weirdest, 2 singles matches, and the same date we have our second singles match that goes into a tag match later that night.
Right.
6/23 of 12, and still to me when I look at this on here, it's not supposed to happen this way. It's you and Larry Turbo on the same team. It's like the Yankees and the Red Sox, like being friends and teaming up for one night, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
The Cubs and the White Sox. It's like,
yeah.
I still can't believe that ever happened.
Well, that's the booking on those shows.
That's just not traditionally, by law, supposed to happen in wrestling logic. It's just the weirdest thing in the world. And you guys beat me and Dice's partner. What I had then, I was TJ Powers, the guy from Indiana.
Yeah.
I remember looking in the, he was on the outside, I was in the ring, and just looking across the ring at both you guys in the same corner. I'm like, doing that thing where I'm like, I want to do the shaking the thing. I'm like, is this really happening? Like,
right. Do you not understand the looks and the characters? And
he's been around longer than, he's seen you guys do that too. But
right. So
it was just a strange thing. It's
and
like,
that
am
was,
I in the right time here? It's like,
and if I remember correctly, that was the underattended show that we worked twice and got 2 hot dogs and a handshake out of it. So
I think he owes us for a couple shows.
Yeah, there's your payday, guys. So not everybody's making great money out there.
All right. 4/27. Nope, I lied. I'm jumping ahead of myself. 8/18 of 2012. One of my favorite matches of all time. I got a call from you saying the Turbos want to start up along with you. You want to rekindle the Turbo Manson feud.
That was Steve's promotion.
Yeah, WWZ.
The WWZ, World Wrestling Zone. Primarily based out of Phoenix, where Steve lived, but he would Phoenix to Chicago connection kind of thing. He'd come to town and bring his ring, put on shows, and that's the one. Okay, so I misspoke when we were talking off camera earlier. I ran into Larry at a New Year's party.
Oh, this, yeah. Okay.
Come on, it'll be fun. We'll do that. I don't know. Let me think about it.
Okay, so that's where the idea started.
Larry. Okay, I ran into Larry, and and that just went from there. And finally, I says, why not? Okay, And he's like, find a partner. And I think Mike was still restricted from being in the ring for injuries or whatever. And I'm like, well, that Scott's guy was cool. Got your number, right? You interested? Come on, yeah, we'll do this, the Manson brothers. And I think he told me not too long ago that was the first time you had ever gone to the ring as not Scott Spade.
Yes. The only 3 matches that we had with them was the only time ever that I've never been Scott Spade. That was Spade Manson. You name me, Spade
Manson, because the marquee, they had already printed the marquee and the flyers, and it said against the Manson brothers. Yep. And I'm like, well, we're already calling them the Manson brothers, so hey, do you mind?
Yeah, I will never forget that.
Come to the dark side.
I was on the dark side, but I went to the darker side, the darkest area.
The darkest.
Yep. I will never forget that phone call because I was like shocked.
Only from the mind of a Manson.
It just, again, still to this day, like I say all the time, I could always thank you every time I see you for giving me the honor of being part of that historic legacy of that feud, of the Manson name, of the Brotherhood name, and to me that is one of, if not the highest honor that I've ever had in my career. Not a belt, not nothing like that, but just being thought of enough by you guys to be brought into your group and to think that I can hang with you guys and you guys treat me like one of your own. Man. That means more to me than almost anything that I've ever done in my almost 22 years in this business. So I can thank you forever for that, and it means the world to me.
Again, you're welcome, and goes just a credit to your abilities, your work ethic, and
appreciate that.
Like I had said earlier, Brotherhood is invitation only, so you would not have had the opportunity if you did not show something that probably the most egotistical thing I'll ever say is that is that we were invitation only, and we had our egos about us, but it was for good reason, because we wanted that camaraderie. Yeah, we wanted the guys that were going to go out and hang out and party with us afterwards and whatever. Not that everybody has to have a beer, but just come out and hang, come be part of the group, be the boys. Yeah, it was your rules and nobody else's. These are our rules. These are our rules. That's awesome. Even in the locker room, we would set up a corner, and anybody else tried to come in there. The story from that night, they told us to be there at like noon. Yeah, it was at a baseball diamond, Hawk Stadium in Rockford. Yeah, Loves Park. Loves Park in Rockford. And we were there at noon. It was like 90-something degrees out there, sitting there, and we're like, and my wife was pregnant at the time, so Sean wasn't even here yet. And because it was in August, it was super hot, and they're going over the match and all the stuff they want to do, and by the time we get out there, they forgot half of it. Typical. And then I remember we walked in the locker room, which was the baseball players' locker room, and then right off there was a door that was like the manager's office, and you're looking around. I remember coming in, like, oh, let's go in here, and you bring me and Psycho in here, and this is our locker room. Nobody else. Everybody else. When we go in there, the door shuts, and that's it. I'm like, oh, okay. This all right. Wherever you go, I'll follow you. Whatever you want to do, And then everybody else in the whole entire show is sharing the big locker room, including Great Henry Valentine, Honky Tonk Man, Johnny Stewart was there. Yeah. So everybody's right out there, and you create our own private Brotherhood locker room. Created our own space. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah! I'll never ever forget that. Hell yeah! It was just so cool to be. I like more of the quiet anyway. I'm not a big fan of being in the ruckus and the noise and stuff like that. We just like telling our own stories and just the camaraderie of those that would get our stories. Is us. So we'd always set up our own spot. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you something though. As fate would have it, as you say, whatever. When I was doing even late in Windy City, I would always get there extra early, feel the vibe of the building, calm down from traveling, whatever. Yeah. And I would set myself up, if not the whole Brotherhood corner, if I was just by myself or something, or just being Psycho, I'd set myself up a little corner. Every time, like clockwork, when the guys started coming in, somebody inevitably would walk over and plop their bag right on top of mine or right next to mine. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, really? You got this whole locker room? Yes. Can I have some space, please? You just came to an SCW show last month, which would have been September. And I remember you sat right next to me, and we were talking probably almost an hour at least at that point. Yeah. And then somebody did that same thing, or they stood there or did something. And they just put like there's something there. I just remember you hated your foot. We were sitting there talking. You just did the
Like, what the fuck
really?
are you doing?
Yeah, really?
Get out of here, kind of a thing. And I was just like, here we go. Like, it's going to happen.
Just don't piss me
I told
off.
Mistress too, I'm like, get ready. You're going to see something here.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Don't piss me off, man.
So after we have that first one, which was phenomenal match, and just there's so much I could say about this match. The match itself, we were semi-main, and we should have been main because we blew away that crowd.
Yeah.
It was probably half an hour match,
Yeah, I think so.
and then it had like a 6 or 8 man tag.
And I think
after that.
wasn't the main event was that the guy who became Big Bill?
It was the Rudy Valet and the Minnesota Nightmare guy.
Yeah,
and,
but I think he actually became Big Bill in AEW now or whatever. But I think they made him main event to try to give him that extra push because he was going.
Yeah, but we definitely stole the show.
But we stole that show.
As soon as we started, it was just all we went by the backstop and we're everywhere. But I remember the golf carts would pick us up at the locker room. They drove us all, and if you feel like WrestleMania 3, you know, where they're going out on the carts,
because they had a tent set up in center field. It was a staging area, and then the long walkway to get to the ring. Yep. So yeah, people would see who was coming. Just by the next match would be driven out.
The feeling of it was awesome, and I actually got a picture of it here with all of us there, because just riding out on that cart, it's felt like a WrestleMania type moment.
Oh, wow.
That's before the match of when we all got in the tent.
Yeah.
Stick that there momentarily. And then just waiting for, the music to kick off. And it was such a cool thing to wrestle in a baseball stadium was like, holy shit. And there was 1,000 people there, maybe? Pretty close to it, I would say.
Yeah.
And they had all the bleachers on the field was full.
The
ring was kind of home plate area.
The ring was over to pitcher's mound. And then
yeah, that's right. Nice long
because they were groundkeeper rules because it's a semi-pro baseball team, I think it was, or a feeder league or something. So they needed to maintain that field. So they had to put down the extra thick tarps and stuff before they put the chairs on, so you wouldn't divot the grass in the infield.
I loved the super long walk.
Nice
down
long
to the ring.
walk.
So you could really the same thing. Feel the music, set the tone to the crowd. Going through the whole match, of course.
And falling asleep in the corner waiting for the turbos to come out because their music was 10 minutes long and they didn't come out until the 9-minute mark. So I think I actually did literally lay down and do this just because it was taking them forever to get out there. It's like, come on, guys.
We're both color junkies. I had to get it, of course, because it had to be an intense thing because I had to live up to the intensity of the feud. And I remember they wanted to give me the Doomsday device for the finisher, and I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry, but I politely have to refuse to do that because I broke my neck 2 years in, and I can't. Not that I don't trust you guys, but it's just like I don't want anything to happen. Right. And they're like, no, that's fine. I'm like so glad that they did that because they're such nice guys. So let's just do just a clothesline from the top rope or whatever. We'll bump down with you. Okay, fine. I'm fine with that. Everything went off great. Right before that, though, they had to get rid of you first before they double teamed me, and I think he was up against the post.
I had Larry against the post.
He moved out of the way, and he came in with a forearm.
I went to hit him I was coming at him with a forearm, and he moved.
And then what happened?
And the hook part of the turnbuckle that attaches the ropes to the corner post, the hook was facing me, and just where my tape ended, I speared myself with the hook and got hung up for a second and pulled off, and all the blood started dripping down my arm because I literally stabbed myself with the corner post with the turnbuckle hook.
I think my mom was there at the show, and she took a picture of us walking out, and I'll show you on my phone. I don't have a 8x10 of it, but I'm turning sideways with blood here, and you have your fist up, and you just see from the edge of the tape
down because that's where the hole was.
Really dark blood. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was deep.
Yep.
I got hooked on that one.
I remember seeing it too. I'm like, what the hell did you do? I stabbed myself or something like that.
I stabbed myself in the turnbuckle corner. And that was right after, too. I had cleaned my bag out, and I left most of my medical stuff at home. So I go back to the locker room, like, anybody got a Band-Aid or something? Trying to stuff cotton balls or something in there just to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, it was such a memorable match.
But that was a great match.
Awesome.
And again, that's the whole something's going to go wrong just because we're working the turbos and it's always intense. And I'm sorry. And I don't mean that they would mess up.
Right.
We had our share of mess ups. They had their share.
And, in that tent too, the Asaris. That's where I heard that.
The group hug and the I'm sorry for what's about to happen out there. I don't mean it personally. And we went out there and triple snugged each other. And that's, I think those are the best matches though.
Yes.
I'm tired of going and to see some of the independent shows nowadays where I call them dead impact moves.
Mm-hmm.
Where you wind up so big, and by the time you throw the punch,
there's nothing left, right? Yep.
There's nothing to it.
Yep.
Where we would, get a on a hit, and it wasn't the leg slap. I mean, we had a good.
That's the worst thing ever.
A good pop.
Yeah.
And nowadays people are doing drop kicks in these big moves, corner to corner leaps.
Yep.
And they land so softly that all the momentum is off of that move, and even the fans can see that it is not a high impact move.
It's all about the show and not about believability.
What happened, and I used to ask guys, what is the purpose behind being in professional wrestling? What is the number one reason that we do this? And the answer is always the suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
How real can I make this look where you're going to question whether I really did just jack that guy or whether I pull my punch? We're magicians.
Yes.
And that whole illusion.
I love using that word too. The magic of what we do.
The magic of what we do.
I love that word.
And years ago, even Bret Hart, it's a magic show. You mean to tell me that you can watch me kick a man full force in the face and there's not a red mark? Okay.
Yeah, that's the details.
And that's the details of it.
Yep.
And that's okay. But if the kick looks like it took his head off, whether it was light or not, that's the suspension of disbelief.
Yep.
Get over yourselves, put it in there, and if you can't handle getting, the landing of the bump or whatever, get out.
It's not for
get out.
Agree 1,000%.
And I'm sure we're covering this later, but my whole methodology of training and whatnot, I even asked Jeff at the CW show. If you trained your guys like I trained guys back in the day, how many students would you have? And he said,
0.
He said 1 or 0.
Yep.
Because it's different.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah. Not just daily life like we talked about before. It's daily life is so different.
And I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Because you were volunteering. Like I said, nobody knocked on your door and told you to come be a pro wrestler. You volunteered to be part of one of the toughest sports entertainment, however you want to phrase it, the toughest things you could ever do to yourself and others. Because you think about it, pro football has an off season, pro baseball has an off season, hockey, basketball, all have their off seasons. Pro wrestling, you can go 365 days a year. There is no off season unless you tell the promoter I need a vacation.
Right. We
can wrestle every month, every weekend. Some guys 4 times a weekend, Friday through Mondays, whatever, depending on how popular bookings or whatever, all subject to the wants and needs. But you don't get a break. And you have to be in that kind of physical condition to do it.
Yeah.
So suck it up and start working hard.
Couldn't have been said better myself. I love it. Match number 2 for us in this feud now is 4/27 of 2013. I believe we got a call from IUWA. They said they wanted this match itself to take place at their show. That's what I remember hearing.
I think that was
it was in Whiting, Indiana.
Like
Almost like a schoolhouse building or some kind of building.
Like a public field house.
Oh, yeah.
Like a rec center kind of a place.
It was a really old building.
A very old building, but
same thing. Go into that locker room and go into this one. It was almost like a big closet.
It was a big. Almost looked like a lecture room, like a small classroom with no tables or chairs, like a couple tables and some chairs.
As soon as we walked in, but
the locker room the locker room that they had set up was like under the bleachers.
Yeah, it was like elbow to asshole in there.
And it was a concrete. Yeah, it was a concrete, basically a cleaned out storage closet.
Yeah, very tight.
And gentlemen, wash your gear, because when we walked in there, it smelled like sweat and body odor.
It did.
So I'm like, I cannot be in that. And again, I pulled my usual, give me a minute. Hey, this door's open.
Yeah, we just found an open door and across the hallway.
And we made it ours.
We had like a full banquet room to our own.
Yeah, you, me, and the Turbos and Psycho. And yep,
Psycho wasn't there for this one.
Oh no, he wasn't. That was just you. Yeah, that's right. That was just the four of us.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
picture
I
from
like
that
that. I remember that picture. Taking that picture. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. And yeah, that was the A and B finish match.
Yeah, because the
ropes. Well, no, because the ropes were so loose.
Yeah, when they were low too. I just watched that match.
They were just real low and loose. And the one finisher was I was going to do the crossbody because at the time 300 some odd pounds came off the top rope with a crossbody. But I saw that the ropes were real loose, so I peeking through the curtain. I go, so if they're really that bad, we'll go to plan B, and we came up with something else. Yeah. And we got out there, and I'm like, plan B, plan B, plan B. Because those ropes were, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they were low.
They couldn't get them tight. Yeah. Well, they were low because they were sagging. Yeah. I mean, they were there.
Like the top rope on the turnbuckle was lower than normal.
Lower than
I
normal.
just watched that match. I just posted it on Facebook today, too. Yeah. I didn't know footage of that existed.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is the only picture I have from that show.
No, that's
I have a million of this one and a million of the third one.
Somebody put it on YouTube.
Yeah, I
saw that, yeah.
And it said the heading was Twin Turbos versus the Manson brothers. Yeah. I'm like, oh.
And that was a good swerve too, because we went over in that match, but they retained the title, their WWZ tag titles.
On the technicality. I remember you were saying if they won the first one, we're doing the second one.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not.
They like it or not.
But yeah, I love that picture too, of just how we both set up with each other and standing over like that. And then I remember, I think C-Red was on that show.
I might have been.
And I remember.
And that was
do we do something before?
Indiana was
in another.
That
match?
was Ivan Tooks. He used to be in Windy City. He was Chi-Town T, and that was his promotion.
Okay.
So he brought us in.
I think, yeah.
And
do
we did a run. We did a
run
match. We did something. We did a run in or something on one
the
of the
match
matches.
before us. I think we went out and attacked people, and then that led into this match.
Yeah, and I think he was hurting for talent because he offered me the heavyweight strap that night, and I turned him down. I'm like, nah, dude.
I'm pretty sure C-Red was out there for something. I love it. He's so freaking funny. And I remember him saying that he always remembers, especially that night too, when he hears that music hit, he's like looking everywhere. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Is what he told me. Like as soon as that music, it's like everybody gets terrified.
Yes,
and that goes back to the fear that song and the image of the Brotherhood brings. No matter where we go, to the other wrestlers, to the fans, they know shit's gonna change.
It's a powerhouse tune, and I'm glad I found it.
I remember one of the biggest compliments that I got of the Murder Walk and how just the facial expressions, we don't even have to use our mouths. Our eyes, our body posture does our mannerisms do our talking for us. And it happened when I was teaming with Rough Crossing as Noise, Booze, and Tattoos, and the same applies to all of us here. Is somebody told us one time, he's like, when you see everybody doing their thing, wrestlers, they know they have good matches and they have their own charisma and their gimmicks and stuff like that, but when you guys go out to the ring, the atmosphere changes.
Yes.
And I'm like, that is awesome. I love how that's like put into perspective. Like you said, you hear that music, everybody stops and it's like, what's going to happen? What's coming? They know those killers are coming, and it puts fear into everybody. And it's like, we're going to see something. They get on the edge of their seat, and we're going to see something badass going to happen here.
Something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Hide the women and children because something's coming to town. And going back to the match I had with Boz for the heavyweight title, and I won. The ring announcer at the time, I forgot it was Bill.
Mr. Bill?
Might have been Mr. Bill, or I'm drawing a blank on the name, but the comment was, there's a weird static in the air. It's not a cheer. It's not a boo. It's just everybody's so on the edge that there's a hum in the room.
Yeah.
So it's there's noise, but it's not a cheer. It's not a boo. It's just it's anticipation of what's coming, and
little girl electricity and everything.
Yeah. It's just the intensity of what's going on.
And I'm sure you've been out there too. When you get in the ring, you can feel it yourself when you're in the ring. And I know I've had you get because you feel goosebumps because you know like it's going to be a special moment.
It's going to be a good day.
You're going to make history when you get out there. Third match in the series, 9/13 of 2013. We wrestled. I believe it actually is in Chicago. We actually did it inside a tennis court.
Tennis courts. It's in the Park District Park.
Was that off in Narragansett?
Narragansett and Irving Park, I think.
Okay.
Might have
And
been,
that-
yeah, someone.
Yeah.
But I think that was the old neighborhood where they grew up. So that was
Yes,
definitely
that's right.
their front yard.
We changed in another building.
We
and
changed
had
in a building and we had a really
really-
long walk.
Yeah. I
and
love
they,
that.
And they took the real big plastic tarps and they hung it around the
So we
fencing
couldn't
of the
see
tennis
in
court.
bet-
So unless you were inside, you couldn't see
Yes,
the wrestling
yes.
show.
I got a
from
picture
the park.
from that one coming up later. That was an awesome match. It was nice and cold out.
Nice,
I love
nice
wrestling when it's
cool, crisp fall day.
And I remember after we were done, they went over in that one, and I had to get color again too. And after that, I remember you were like, "Ooh, that might be the last one." You were kind of hurting more, not like a wind, but I think you were physically.
They took I blew
hurting.
my back out.
That's right. For some reason, I thought it was your
I don't
intestine thing,
know.
but yeah, it was your back. You're right. It was your back. Did you take a
I took a
slam off the top?
That was the finish. Was a slam off the top, but right
before
the
that?
move before that. I think they gave me a double body slam or Larry body slammed me, and I just hit the ring wrong.
Okay.
And I did like an extra bounce, and it kind of
came up and hit.
kind of like my rear end stuck, and my back kept wanting to go, so it just like jammed the lower back. And I think I said it loud enough for the people in the third row to hear, but I'm like, dude, I just threw my back out. And he's like, okay, we'll go to a roll up. I'm like, no, go for it. And you were out with Steve. You got your color.
Yep.
Larry set me up. I cut him off, and I went up to the top rope for my crossbody. He cut me off. Steve came in, and they gave me the double press slam.
Double
off the
slam,
top,
and then that was it.
And that was it.
Because I remember when we came out through the
And
thing.
I just barely got through the fencing, and I hit the dirt because I
remember you're crawling on your hands and
I couldn't
knees. I'm
move.
like, oh my god! I was like, my back it went
Yeah,
out. And I'm like,
threw my back
holy
out,
shit!
yeah.
But you managed to get up.
Which is part of why I got out of, back in 05, got out of wrestling full schedule in the first place.
And that match was actually your final match
One of
until
the
just
finals,
recently.
yeah.
The one you actually did really say, that's it, that's enough.
Yeah, until I actually called it. So, for the record, I am not doing any matches, but I will make appearances like with the Brotherhood at ringside. I may do a manager type gimmick or something. But as far as in the ring competitively, I'm done. I've hung them up. Unless you meet my price tag, and that is $1 million.
It's a guarantee that you're not going to get back in the ring.
So anybody wants to pay that, which is pretty much a guarantee, ain't nobody going to pay that. So
another thing that goes
that's
with
the price tag is $1 million.
Another thing that goes with a huge honor of being brought in by you guys to the Brotherhood is when you retired. I remember you told me that, I don't need this anymore, and I think the best place to have it be kept is with you, and that meant the world to me. And you know how much I treasure this piece of memorabilia.
These
itself.
babies
So-
got a lot of mileage on them.
So yeah, they're proudly displayed at my house in one of my bookcases as a true treasure of personal wrestling memorabilia. I almost felt as a passing of the torch kind of
Yeah, it was-
gift to
it was
me.
meant to
And
be, yeah.
That meant the world to me, and I really appreciate that you would do that. And anytime that we meet each other, I always make sure to bring it with.
You bring
just
them
for-
with, yeah.
You got to see your baby every once in a while.
Once in a while,
I
yeah.
had to have it special for you. So
Gotta have
anytime we have a show
that
together-
teary-eyed moment.
and if you're out in the ring too, doing managerial stuff, you gotta have it.
Gotta have
I gotta bring it for you. So
I think I did choke somebody at the last SCW show. So yeah,
your Brotherhood cannot have chains.
he deserved it. He deserved it. He pissed me off.
So 11 years later, you do have one final official match, and it's the Mr. Bill Tribute Show.
Yeah.
SCW, I think POW was represented, and
So-
CSW was also represented too.
There's a multi promotional cross section.
Yeah.
70 guys on the card.
At least.
70.
Yeah.
And it was Mr. Bill was sick and he passed away.
I
And
never got to meet him too. I wish I would.
and for a lot of us, he was the only ring announcer we ever knew. The older Windy City guys, and some of the new guys. There was guys from Turbos. So let's put them at rounding 40 years in the business.
Yeah.
To guys that were in their first year, and all points in between. So it was just a mass cross section of independent pro wrestling to pay honor to a guy that was a fixture in independent Windy City, mostly Windy City. He did some early WWE announcing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I never-
So he had been a professional ring announcer for years. So just a way to pay tribute, and
Yeah.
his wife and son were there, and
I get a picture from the balcony when all of us went out for the big match, and it's funny. The one guy behind the camera guy right behind the curtain, or actually right in front of the curtain when we were all coming out, because you led the charge, and it wrapped around your neck, had the heavyweight title with you. Mistress D was behind you, and then it was Ivan and Cheeks, and then it was me and Mistress. My mistress, not to be confused with your mistress. We have lots of mistresses.
I don't have any now.
Psycho was there. The whole group was there. Terry was there.
Hammer.
And, Hammer came with us.
Hammer, we brought him back into the fold.
And I have a picture from somebody took in the balcony at Majestic Theater of all of us when you were at the furthest point to the last person comes out of the curtain. All of us are bald. All of us have beards. All of us have chains with women behind. It was just one of my favorite pictures in the world. I'll have to show you that one too. And if you want any copies of these, I will definitely make any of them from you.
Take copies of all of it.
This is awesome. Just the aerial view of that whole line, and the camera guy told my wife when she came out, he's like going back and forth. He's like, "How many motherfucking guys are in the boat?" He's looking. There's 15 of us coming out, and we all had to kneel down on the ring
because it was a low ring.
All the people could see around us, but over our backs, and it was me, Snake, and Ivan in that 6-man gauntlet match. The team to represent them, and that's when.
And Terry had worked Boz earlier in the night.
Yep, and that led into. Actually, that's when you guys surprised me, and officially made me the member of Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Which Hunter said he didn't know anything about, but he lied and he knew it all along. He set me up, bastard.
Well, I didn't know that he didn't know because Terry worked me and he didn't tell me either. So
Terry said something to Hunter or whatever, and he knew that there was something he was going to do something to me, but he didn't tell me anything because he wanted to see how I'd react to it. And
that was the official announcement of the retirement. Because, like I said earlier, with the whole tank thing, with the started my career, and he put me over in the last. That was against the Turbos.
Yep, it was Terry and Boz first in the singles, which led into you and Terry against the Turbos.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be the Manson brothers original, me and Skull, and Skull was actually able to work the match, but he had a previous family obligation and couldn't make that date. So we exercised the ever-present Brotherhood contract of any member can wrestle, and picked Terry, crowd favorite, whatever. So Terry worked twice that night to do that, and talk about full circle. I started with the Turbos, and I figured it was only appropriate to end with the Turbos.
I love how you guys did the tribute to each other at the end of the match.
And at the end of the match, and I spoke from the heart. I really kind of broke character, spoke from the heart on that one. That they truly, like I said, Brotherhood was always invite only, but they had over the years truly earned.
Oh, for sure.
The Brotherhood respect.
For sure.
And one of the few teams that I would put on as equals, absolutely. In that regard, as far
30
as
years plus of beating the shit
30
out of each
years,
other.
yeah,
So.
30 years of, and a funny part too, 30 years of beating each other, beating the snot out of each other, and then going and having a beer together.
Yeah.
It's just no hard feelings, brothers. Yeah. It is what it is. And and you go back to the bond of friendship. But as competitors, that shit went out the fucking window when we broke that curtain.
Yeah.
It was on. It was on for them and it was on for us, and we just went at it with the understanding of this is what we're getting paid to do. Yeah. It's our jobs to come out here and entertain, and this is how we do it. And I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Nope. It was a very good ending to the night too, as 70-man battle royal. I think it went in groups of 15 maybe at a time that got sent out.
Certain guys had individual entrances. It was all very well thought out.
Yeah. I know Iron Mike had his
Iron
own
Mike
thing
had
and
his
certain-
own.
He looked in great shape.
He
still.
looked,
Holy cow.
Mike,
yeah.
Well, one of the gym guys that take care of themselves. Mike's always taken very good care of his body, and still look good. I know he's an older he's a little older than I am, so for the age, and we're up there. But Mike, you looked great that night. Just awesome.
We were the final group that went out, I think, right?
Yeah, one of the final groups.
With Boz was with us, I think. He was.
Yeah, Boz.
With
I think Bally maybe just as the final little chunk that went out there.
I remember we all went out, and then we eliminated everybody until it was just us.
It was us
and Mr. Bill's son.
Bill's son, Tim.
I remember you gave the order, all right, Brotherhood out.
And I got the kendo stick and was gonna act like I was gonna whack him, but I actually knighted him.
That's right.
Gave him the stick. Jumped everybody out so he could go over, and then the guy that does a character, Where's Waldo,
Oh, yes.
was hiding in the crowd,
Yes.
and he tried jumping him to take the sneak win on the Battle Royal,
that's right.
and then to beat a lot of them with the kendo stick, and it tossed him out for the victory.
That's
but
right.
yeah, we did the honor for the kid. And kid, he's a man of our age.
He's a good dude, too. I
He's
talked to him a
good
few
dude.
times online, so he's a great guy.
Yeah, just all around. What a way to go. Way to end it. To call it a career, it's an understatement because it's just been an adventure. All the people that you meet and you get to know, and some are 40-year friends and some are acquaintances that are falling by the wayside, and that's just the way it is.
You see him once, you don't care. I can't
Yeah,
see him ever
well,
again.
whatever. It is what it is.
Yep.
And just like-minded, kindred spirit type people is what I've always been attracted to.
Yep.
And those that are willing to put forth the effort, you know. And again, it goes back to the Marine Corps. I'll always go back to that. It's the merit, you know. Are you there for yourself, or are you there for the team? You know, what's your work ethic like? You know, you're going to be there when you say you're going to be there. Keep your word.
Yes.
You know, show up on time. Show the respect. Because if you're late, you're not late just for yourself, but you're disrespecting everybody else's time.
Agree.
And that goes on your daily lives too, and jobs and whatnot too.
Yep.
See, you know, I'm real deep and philosophical, but it forms who I am.
It's so true, though.
And,
It's absolutely
you know,
true.
and that's why I've always been considered a hard ass, because I have standards, and I'm not going to lower my standards just to make you feel welcome. You either fit with me or you don't. And those that don't, sorry, not sorry. I choose to keep myself in that tighter. I like the tighter circle.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause you can trust.
trust. Yeah.
Yep.
Does midnight phone calls if you need them. You know, they're important.
Well, I'm glad you had a perfect, I think, send off to your career, also sharing tribute to Mr. Bill. And like you said, everything coming first circle, everybody's back together at that final show. So many members of the Brotherhood together one more time. And then, like I said, just sharing your locker room with that many people in the past. Psychos.
And you notice where our locker room was on that show too. Again, off to the side
our own
office,
little thing.
our own little thing.
Ready for part 4. We got one more to go.
Horse.
If you thought this was personal, we're going to get extra personal.
Yeah, go for it.
Personal opinion questions. Stay tuned, guys, for part 4 with the one and only Ripper Manson. We're getting personal. Like it, share it, Wrestling on the Fly, on YouTube, on my Facebook. We will see you for part 4. Catch you next time.
With the times, I'd never had, and we touched on this earlier, I'd never had to change my style.
Yep.
The fans and the times, because you got to remember, I'm covering 3 decades. The times determined what I was.
Right.
We were, somebody coined the phrase, which I hate, we were popular heels. And, well, yeah, and the reason that, I guess I read an article, the reason that they're so brutal is because they're knowledgeable. So they're smart fans, and they know what they don't like when they're not doing it properly. So
It's always been a way with wrestling.
it's the same thing with wrestling. Yep. Just even having him walk up and walk past them, you could just tell by his frame and how he carried himself that he exuded a certain special quality. And him and his wife are in the car ahead of us, and they're leading the way. And all of a sudden, his sunroof opens up, and we see this dirty diaper. And he throws a diaper bomb at us.
Oh, no.
Comes over the top of the windshield, and we hear it hit the box of the truck, and boom!